guys, welcome to my video for a week ahead reading for Sagittarius. Hello my beautiful fire signs. I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and whenever you're watching this, I wish you nothing but beautiful blessings. In today's video, we're just going to be doing a tarot spread for the week ahead, specifically for Sagittarius. So if there's something you're interested in, please go ahead and give this video a watch through and a thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed it. If you would like to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel because I do upload weekly tarot readings for all the horoscope signs. And of course, hit that notification bell so that you get notified anytime a new video drops. But we're just going to go ahead and get right into your reading today, Sag. This is for the week ahead. I do kind of just like to speak on the crystals. These are more so just to have a clear and purifying energy. They will change from time to time depending on the readings, but just to kind of go through them, this is Selenite, which is good for reflecting light from above, from God, the universe, whomever you may believe in. This is black obsidian in the shape of a Buddha, which I absolutely love. And it's to help purify the energy surrounded with this reading. And then, of course, my all-time favorite crystal, black tourmaline, because it keeps the energy fields around this reading completely pure. It blocks negative energy and things of that nature. And if you want more info about like the crystals and things like that, I do kind of put what they help with and their benefits down in the description below, so give that a check. Check that out if you are interested. But yeah, we are just going to go ahead and get right into this reading today for you guys. 1 second. I do write out like how the spread should be. So let me just make sure I have that handy. And boom. Okay, so today for you, Sag, it popped up. I love showing this card. I try not to show it all the time, but it's a helpful reminder. But we're going to go ahead and get right into the reading for you guys this week, Sagittarius. So we'll just see where your current energy is focused for the week. Okay. We have the High Priestess. Okay. And then this is the struggles you may be enduring this week, Sages. Ace of Swords in reverse. And where you should focus your energy this week. Whew, okay. This is what you'll need to let go of. Okay. Up. And what spirit is placing the emphasis on for this week for Sag? Ooh, okay. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. And then finally, what you'll need to focus on when it comes to your self-care this week, Sag. Let's see. Ooh, we have Temperance. Okay. Okay, Sag. So for you guys this week, what I'm getting from these cards here is that right now your current energy is that you are in a like self-reflective mode. You're realizing you kind of like just taking a step back, analyzing you and yourself, like putting yourself first, meditating, kind of just doing self-reflection on your life and like everything you've gone through and the things that you've done. And that's a totally fine energy to have this week. What I'm getting is that this is definitely a time to kind of just look within, do some introspection, it's not necessarily a time for you to make big decisions. I think right now is the time that you should be gaining as much knowledge as you can. If you are on the ropes of making a big decision, you should be, instead of making that decision, just getting all the knowledge and understanding you can about the decision and your options before doing so. But I'm really just saying that this is a self-reflective time for you. You are just looking within, and that is honestly great. That's something that people don't tend to do often. So that's very good for you, Sag. I think what you're kind of right now, you're in a state where you're like just looking on your past and like all the things you've done to kind of help see what you need to adjust or what you need to change in order to move forward and like kind of create those next steps for yourself. Then you have the Ace of Swords, which is the obstacles that you will probably be struggling with this week, which definitely makes sense in terms of the energy that you're giving off, Sag, because this Ace of Swords in reverse essentially means that you're looking to find inner clarity. You're trying to rethink probably an idea that you've been doing, or maybe you're just looking for some mental clarity or success probably for yourself in your future, which makes sense because you're in this state of like meditating, just like being in your thoughts and reflecting on yourself and your life. So it definitely makes sense that an obstacle you're going to deal with is finding that clarity you're looking for with whatever that situation might be. And if you're not looking for clarity and you're more so trying to rethink that idea, that also kind of makes sense because, again, right now isn't the time to be making big decisions. Right now you should be like gathering evidence. So you're definitely going to be dealing with finding clarity and acceptance within yourself, and or rethinking if this like big idea is really what you should be doing. For some, I'm getting that idea might be like you're considering moving or things of that nature, and you're just trying to like reflect and see if that's something you can actually do. I think Spirit is definitely here to kind of let you know, like right now, whatever like big idea, drastic change you're pondering on doing, you should really take the time to think about the decision you make to make sure you're gathering all the evidence and knowledge that you can to make sure that you're making the right decision. Spirit is kind of aiding you to rethink your moves before you make them. Like now is the time to be doing that. So being in the state that you're in where you're being really reflective is actually very good because it'll help you to make sure that you are making the right choice in the long run for yourself. Where you're going to have to focus a lot of your energy, it seems, for you guys this week, Sag, you're going to have to allow yourself to be comfortable with change and embrace the unknown in a sense. Like when people see like the death card, they get so scared because, death. But on the other side of death is like rebirth and like the ability to try again, to start again, essentially. So this is kind of where you're going to have to focus your energy. It seems that like whatever you're pondering on, if it's not like more self-reflective and like the things that you've done, like again, I'm kind of getting that move. For some reason I'm getting like, it's not actually like a move out. It's a move in a sense. Like you are trying to figure out essentially if you're able to keep up with what you've been doing with your life for the past couple of years or year or so, in the sense that like you might have just moved out and like started living on your own, or like something along those lines is what I'm getting, and you're dealing with trying to decide if staying on your own is what is the best move, or like maybe you're considering moving in with roommates or like moving back home with your family. And I think that you're like in this stage of like trying to figure things out because like you really don't know what you should be doing. But Spirit is saying be open to the changes that come. The more be open and honest with yourself about your situation and how you got here, and just be open to the idea of change, because although it can seem scary, it is something that should be embraced. Again, like, change is the only thing that's constant in life, so the more open you are to the idea of it, the easier those changes will be. Now, ironically enough, what you're going to kind of have to let go of this week definitely has to do with family. So just from that, it might not even be I'm probably gonna have to retract, like, oh, you're moving into a family. Maybe you're considering moving out, and you're like holding true to your values of like, oh, family is important, which it is. But Spirit is saying that you need to kind of do what's right for you. That's definitely what I'm getting from this. It's saying you to let go of like those values that have been instilled in you from your family, and instead make an educated decision that works in your better good, because what works for your family doesn't always necessarily work best for you. And it's okay to kind of be a little selfish and choose a route that works in your best good. But again, take the time to really consider your options before you make that decision, because right now really isn't the best time to be making a decision like that. Now, for what Spirit is like kind of just reminding you of, or like helping you with, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. And with the Six of Pentacles here, Spirit is just wanting to remind you that like you are doing well financially right now. Like, you are definitely able to buy the things you want, splurge on the things you want, and Spirit is just aiding you to remember that, and to also be willing to share your wealth, but also do so in a way that's not harmful to you. Just make sure that whatever you're doing financially aligns with what you're able to do, and not to put yourself in a situation where like you're spending more than your means allow, essentially. But Spirit is saying that this is a time for you to kind of appreciate your hard work and not be afraid to kind of do something for yourself, which kind of makes sense, especially if we're thinking about this in the aspect of like you're considering moving. You definitely have the finances to do so, but it's just important to make sure you pick something within your budget, something that you can manage, because moving out is a big step. If this is what you're considering, Sag, that's kind of what I'm just getting from that. But if it's not moving out, whatever this big thing is that you're pondering on, you have the financial means to do it. Just make sure you're doing it in a healthy way. And Spirit wants to remind you that you just need to be mindful of your mindset when it comes to money, because yes, you do have all this money and you could do so much with it, but whatever you're doing, you want to be smart in those actions and try not to purchase like frivolous things that give you momentarily happiness, and kind of do things that work towards your future and your end goals, essentially. And then with this Page of Cups, there is someone coming in your near future who will bring you great joy. And while that could be romantic, like in the form of a partner, for some reason I'm getting like in the form of like a really good friend or a roommate. So Spirit just wants you to be open to these new people that you might meet this week, and just remind you that like, yes, it's okay to indulge in life and enjoy this person or these people in their totality. Like, not everybody's out to get you. Like, there's someone out there who will just mesh with you very well. And I'm not necessarily getting romantically, but that could possibly be it. But more so like just you will find people who really are worth giving a go. So don't be afraid to make those new connections this week. And then finally with the Nine of Cups, it's saying that you've been working hard. You've been working hard, and it's time to treat yourself. Which these two cards kind of work beautifully together, because you have been building up those cups. You've been putting in the work, and Spirit I'm so sorry if you guys hear my dog snoring in the background. Spirit is saying it's time to like live it up, enjoy the fruits of your labor, like get buy yourself something nice, throw a party, go out with your friends, kind of just celebrate your victories, even while you are in this meditative, reflective state. But then finally, where you're going to need to focus your energy this week, Sagittarius, for just like self-care is learning to balance. So whatever the situation is that you're pondering on, you just need to learn to balance everything out. For some reason, I'm getting like you are scared to make that leap to move out. Maybe I keep getting moved out and I'm getting move out, or move in. But whichever the case may be, I feel like what's holding you back is your family and like wondering if the decision you make is going to really affect them because you have the financial means to do what you want to do, but you hold those values so true to you. But what Spirit is saying is that for you and your best self-care, the best thing that you can do is to learn to balance it all. Like you can't be everyone for everyone all the time. And you just need to learn how to like balance the need for your self-care with like your family, with dealing with life changes and just growing up and evolving, with handling your finances and, allowing new people to come into your life and bring you joy. Spirit is saying that once you're able to kind of balance all those factors, you will allow yourself to live an even greater life. Not saying that your life is bad or anything, but like just learning to balance everything out will provide you with so much less stress that it's worth trying to balance these things. Now, what you have to balance really does depend on you, but I'm just getting balancing yourself and like personal time with like all the changes that you might have coming in life with your family and money and meeting new people and just treating yourself well. Like you can't pour from an empty cup. So you want to make sure that you're able to give yourself everything you need so that you could be helping others and giving them what they need or just being the best version of yourself for them. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull an oracle card just so I could give you an overall like final message from Spirit for this reading and like the best way to help you get through the week. These are what landed. So I got storm, every hurricane comes to an end. I got sword, make the change, and then raindrop, take a chance on them. So I absolutely love all of these. I do like to kind of just read the actual book reading for all of them so you can get the full synopsis. But just real quick, with the storm, I think that this is kind of saying like that decision you've been pondering on, you really think that it's going to be so bad for everyone involved, or like you think that it's going to be a catalyst for having a negative impact on people, and it just might. You know what? It just might. But if this decision that you're making is for your best good, then that's the choice that you need to make, because at the end of the day, while it might be rough for a little bit, no storm lasts forever. Like every hurricane comes to an end, right? So if you're worried that you're going to cause like a lot of problems for others, don't be, because at the end of the day, problems come to an end. And with the sword, make the change, it's essentially Spirit is pushing you to make that change. Like, you know what you need to do. Yes, you're taking the time to reflect and gather as much information and evidence as you can to ensure you make the right decision. Spirit is saying that it's time. Like, you've been in this same state for so long. It's a time to elevate your life, make a change. And it goes so well with death. Like, just be willing to allow change in, and good will tend to come. And then finally we have raindrops. Take a chance on them. And that plays so well with this Page of Cups. This is kind of giving, to me, a little more like romantic energy, but just these two people, they look like she just looks like she was helping someone out and like just being a nice, kind person and finding like a friend out of the blue, like finding a friend in the storm type of thing. So this card is kind of just saying that, like, yeah, again, be open to those connections that you're able to make this week, because that could be someone who becomes one of your best friends and lifelong friends at that. I'm more so getting like platonic, like networking energy from this, or like someone to join your tribe, not necessarily romantic, but again, be open to all the possible realms that could be. Now I'm just going to go ahead and read the little synopsis for you guys so you can get like the full energy picture for everything. For Storm, every hurricane comes to an end. Just when you thought things were taking a turn for the better, in came a hurricane of hurt. Now you find yourself utterly exhausted from trying to survive it all. Rest assured, the clouds are finally starting to part, making room for much needed sun. Like the clouds, you should also let go of the past or present pain in order to make room for something better. And that just speaks volumes, because in order for you to move on to the next step of your life and move on with change, you have to allow your past self and your present self to be free, to be able to move on. So that's some really good advice right there. And then for the Sword, make a change, we have, there is a big life change you've been thinking of making for a while. This is a sign that you need to trust your instincts and take the leap. Whether you're thinking about cutting your hair or finding a new job better suited for you, do the thing and do it with confidence. So yeah, again, like I just keep getting moving out, moving in. Make that change. You're ready for it. It's what's best for you, and you just need to be able to make that change, whatever it may be. Even if it's not moving out, whatever the change may be for you, Sag, you just need to be willing to make that change with confidence, and things will work in your favor. Spirit is sure of it, and honestly, I am too. And then finally, for raindrops, take a chance. If anyone has a reason to keep their guard up, Sag, it's you. People have been known to mistreat you, and like any rational person, you finally got tired of it, went back inside, and locked the door. But you weren't supposed to stay out of the rain forever. No matter how terrifying the prospect may be, you need to put yourself out there again. Whoever it is you're thinking of, they can be trusted to walk you through the storm. So that kind of adds just a little bit more perspective, because I was saying, like, I don't think it's platonic. I don't think it's romantic. And it still might not be. Like, you don't have to be with someone romantically for them to help you through things, to help you through, like, your day-to-day problems, your day-to-day struggles, you know? Like, but you do have to be willing to open up to others to allow those people to come in. So again, I really just think that this is Spirit urging you to not be afraid to, you know, let others see the real you, let others know you, rather than having that wall up constantly. But that is really your reading for the day, for the week, this week ahead, Sagittarius. I really do hope it resonated. If it did resonate, I'd love to hear what resonated most with you in the comments down below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. Don't be afraid to subscribe to my channel so you can get more tarot content. I do weekly tarots for all the signs, and I also do like pick cards and things like that. So if you're interested, please subscribe, and of course hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And feel free to share with your family and friends who you know would love to hear this message. Until next time, you guys, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.